What's up, everybody? Samson West here, and this is my first official figure review. You saw my last video, well, maybe you did, but if you did, you saw my last video was my G-Fest update. It was my first time at G-Fest. I got a lot of nice figures, and I'm about to go through them one by one. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on my first figure that I got at G-Fest. Now, my first guy is an excellent figure. I got the X Plus Godzilla 1971, and he's beautiful. He's just a great toy. You know, he's so he's screen accurate. He's just the right size. He fits up perfectly in scale with my X Plus Hedra, which you'll see in just a little bit. Now, let's I guess we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about history. Now, this suit had already been used 2 other times. It was used the first time in Destroy All Monsters and the second time in Godzilla's Revenge. So we skipped over 1970 and went on to 1971 and created this. There weren't that many alterations to the suit. It pretty much looks exactly the same as it did in the first 2, but the way his eyes look, well, not this eye, but this eye, he was a little off-center, goofy looking, just a little bit, and the way his lips sagged from his teeth were just a little bit different, and I don't know, there wasn't that much difference, but anyway, this suit was used in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, or Godzilla vs. Hedra, however you want to say it. It was the first time the movie was directed by somebody besides Ishiro Honda and Jun Fukuda. I can't remember the name of the man that directed this movie, but it was the only time that he directed a Godzilla movie. It was a really retro, groovy, just really different Godzilla movie. They added in a little bit of cartoons. They had a lot of just strange attitudes compared to the other movie. But anyway, Godzilla fights a smog monster, a monster of pollution, and it was a metaphor for the way the world was being wasted and we were starting to pollute everything, and we had to find a way to fight back, and that metaphor was Godzilla versus Hedra. Hedra being pollution and Godzilla being humanity. So Godzilla fought Hedra, I guess, 3 separate times. He fought him in the let's see, I guess it was Tokyo, maybe. But Hedra turned into his frog stage, and he traveled into the inner city and started sucking up pollution. Godzilla came in for the first time to fight him, and he won. The second time was the middle of the day. Hedra had turned into a flying saucer-like monster and was just ruthlessly killing people and destroying the city. And Godzilla, he didn't necessarily fight him, but he came to kind of intervene in the situation, and Hedra got away again. The last time that Godzilla fought Hedra, which is where Godzilla got this signature eye patch, basically, was at Mount Fuji, where a bunch of retro, groovy teenagers were out partying, trying to do their last little gig before the Earth was destroyed by Hedra. They were all just killed. So anyway, Hedra came in, Godzilla came in, they had a final showdown, and Godzilla turned out victorious with a little bit of help from the army with a super weapon to dry out Hedra, which Godzilla used to kill Hedra. And yeah, so that's history. Let's move on to detail. Detail on this guy is really great. He has let's see, he has individually molded teeth, he has the signature eye patch, which I told you a little bit about before, that Hedra created by shooting his own slush at Godzilla, and just everything, the paint job, they have little bits of shades on the kneecaps, they have just the great way the fins look going down the back, and the eyes, well, the eye, but you can see the inside of the mouth, all the teeth. It's a little hard to see because it's a little fuzzy, but let me see if I can adjust that for you. There you go, just a little bit better. The teeth, the eye, the signature eye patch, the arms, like I said, the little bits of shades on the kneecaps. You can see it's a little bit of a brown. The fins going down the back, it's kind of hard to see with the background I got, so I'll put my hand in the way. But the fins going down the back, they're very nicely done. And something I really like, if you can see this line running from here and going all the way down the back down to, well, the very end, you can see that it's not on the other side, it's only on one side. X Plus went as far as to make the seam in the back of the suit for the suit actor to go into. How awesome is that? They went so far to do something like that. That's great. And something else, I'm not exactly sure what this spot here is, but it's on the other interchangeable arm that I have to go with this guy. So it's not a mistake. It's part of the Godzilla suit itself. Let me adjust that just a little bit more so you can see the guy in all his glory. Alright. So that's detail. Now, articulation on this guy, it's very simple. There's not much to it. The legs are part of the body. The only articulation we have is in the tail, which isn't a lot. I mean, well, it goes 360, but it's kind of in a fitted position that it's supposed to stay in. The arms can move a little bit, but they're in a fixed position where it's like a puzzle piece where it fits in and the arms stay in that one spot, but they have a little bit of movement. And the head, you can see there's a seam that runs along the back of the head all the way through the mouth and onto the other side. It goes all the way around. That's because you can take the head, or the top half of the head, off and put on the other interchangeable head, which I'll show you very shortly. So that's articulation on this guy. He can move his tail, arms very limited, and yeah. So let's go on to sizing for this guy. Sizing is pretty good. It can fit in scale with any 9-inch monster that you may have by Marmot or the other X Plus stuff. But as for Bandai stuff, not so much. You can see here he's good, much bigger than this Bandai 1968 Godzilla that you saw in my last video. And he, but what he does fit in perfect scale with is my X Plus Hedra, which I will bring in. He's massive. Oh my god. So yeah, there's X Plus Hedra. Oh shit. Well, let me back up the camera a bit so that you can see X Plus Hedra in all his big ass glory. So there he is. The X Plus Hedra is actually pretty damn good. It fits in great scale with the Godzilla, and the arms, just everything about him looks great to attack Hedra. And yeah, so I'll review this guy in the near future. You'll see Hedra being reviewed by me. And yeah, so he fits in perfect scale with Hedra. Let's get him out of the way. And let's put Godzilla 71 back in the center. And let's move the camera back up and move it down. Sorry about all the camera movement. This is the first time that I've put in a big guy like this. Oh, it's the first time I've done anything. I haven't done video reviews before, so this is my first time for anything. But I promise I won't do that as much in my other reviews where I have bigger monsters, because I don't have that many bigger monsters. So, okay, there's that. Now, I'm going to show you the other goodies that this guy came with. He came with an interchangeable head and interchangeable arms. So, let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, there we go. So there's head number 2 on him. He has his not injured eye, and he looks pretty great, pretty just spiffy looking little character you got here. And when he looks like this, you know, he actually looks like the 72 suit just a bit. So he could actually fit in pretty perfect scale with another guy that I have that is pretty damn great. He could fit in scale with the Marmot Kit Gigan, which, yeah, so there's Godzilla 1972, sort of, versus Gigan, and they fit pretty nicely together in scale like that. So, yeah, if you ever plan on getting one of these guys, you could get both versions of the internet exclusive suit, and it's kind of an expensive thing to do just so you can get one with the eye and one without the eye, but he scales up pretty nicely with the Gigan here. So that's how he looks with his eye. Now let me show you what he looks like with the eggs in his hands. And there you go again. Here's what he looks like with the 2 Hedra eggs in his hands. Now, like I said before, the arms are kind of fixated. They move a little bit. They're moving a little bit more because I just heated them up with a hair dryer to put these in. But this arm actually has a little bit more motion regardless of how it fits in place. But that's him holding the 2 eggs, or eyes. I have no idea what they are still. Oh yeah, I switched back to the messed up eye because he did not have these in his hands until after he got his eye messed up. But yeah, X Plus went even as far as to add like goop, if you can see on the bottom of his hand. Let me adjust the picture there. They put like crusty goop on the bottom of his hand for when he reached in Hedra and got some Hedra on his hand. I don't know why they didn't do it for the other one. I guess because that's right, he only used this hand to dig into Hedra to grab this, and he put the other one back. That's okay, so yeah, you get the picture. So that's what he looks like with the eggs in his hands. Let me adjust the picture again for after. Okay, so yeah, that's what he looks like with the eggs in his hands. So that's that. Alright, well, there's that. That was pretty cool. I love just everything that he comes with is pretty great. And I have the original box too, but that's another big thing that won't really fit into frame too well. But, well, I'll go ahead and show you it anyway. Here's the box he came in. It's pretty big. I'll scoot the camera back one more time just so that y'all can see the box in all its glory. Sorry about the glare again. So there's the box. It's a clear window for you to see the figure inside of. Down here it says 1971 in parentheses next to some other Japanese writing. I can't read. Here's the side. You know, not much to it. Just some streams of light coming through the air like, hello. Here's the back. It has Toho series written on the back, which he is. He's part of the Toho series, not the 30 centimeter series. And it has the 1954 Godzilla silhouette on the back. I like that a lot. And then here's the other side. Now, I wish I could read Japanese so I could say what it says, but I don't. So there's that. So yeah, this is my first figure review that I've done. And I'd appreciate any comments or suggestions that you may have. And yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot, you guys.